from Orlando, Florida. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And we are underway from the City Beautiful. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. To the air right away is May. And incomplete to open things up. When you look at this defense, they've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And this is what we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Kayvon Thibodeau. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
19, Cougar 19.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Man open left side. It's his running back with it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Come on.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now they'll change things up.
18, ready? 19, ready?
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Kyle Pitts, his 11th touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
1st down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for it with Henderson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Henderson going to run for it. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Devon Achane with career touchdown number 75. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's May. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Looking to throw. May. Open man, Kyle Williams. He's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
A gain of 13 yards. And a first down.
May going to give it to Henderson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Off the play fake. Here's May. Got his man. It's Williams. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain there of 21 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
To throw, it's May. And he's got his big tight end here. And they'll get this down to the 10. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 1st down, it's Henderson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 12-yard line.
They go play action now. May. And it's caught. Touchdown. Adonai Mitchell. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. Point after here coming up. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score our home team 14. Visitors 7.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. looking to put a drive together. The drive begins with a run by Henderson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here's May. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Third and 4. From the shotgun, it's May. He'll check this down to Henderson out of the backfield. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
That's another first down. A gain of 18.
Throwing here is May. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Loss on the play. It's 2nd down.
To the air, May. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2nd and 1. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault, because to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
60 by 60 by 6. Ready, ready.
Up the middle, Achane. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Milton Williams there on the tackle.
Play. 2nd and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. Driving.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 2nd and 10. Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Mustang 19.
That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
18.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
65 cat. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Achane is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Let's go now. 19.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And his kick is indeed good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw with May. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
79, Panther 60, Panther 60, 7 Pirates, Cougar 70 Rangers, 70, 18 Rattler, 8.
Now back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this one is right through. And they double them up here. That makes our score 20-10. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
That's caught at the 25. And what a big-time play there. 57 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll run here with Henderson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Henderson. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play.
They'll look to throw here.
May looking to run.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Fourth down. Here's May. He'll try to do it himself.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4, and the ball will go over on the goal line stand. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
They'll set up a throw.
Pass complete there to Harrison.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He sets to fire deep.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And he goes out of bounds just shy of 40, right around the 39, so solid starting field position. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he rifles one incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
10-11. Ready? 18 Cardinal.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Achane gets it from the gun.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Devon Achane. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year.
And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Oh, able to avoid him.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking long for Thomas. And this is caught.
They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there, doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short.
Touchdown! A 1-yard touchdown reception. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
A quick throw here out wide to Pitts.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
his position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride, and I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm, they've been sharp, they've been on it, and he picked up another first down there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Warriors 70.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Alex Highsmith able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Gonna throw right side here, complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
18 rattler, 19 tight, 19 tight. Here we go.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
On the play. It's
70
4th
Ranger,
down.
70 Ranger. 19 Lion. 18
An audible here to get a new look. How about this? They'll change it at the line.
60, 79 Broncos. Cup 19, Cup 19, trap 60, trap 60.
Back to throw.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
The decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Looking to put a drive together.
Looking to throw. May.
And this throw will be intercepted.
Moving inside the 20.
And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready?
He'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Kyle Pitts.
A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. May looking to run. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. May looking to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop.
Gain of 6.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Trevion Henderson, 28 yards. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
24.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
60 Bison, 60, trap 60, trap 60, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Pressure comes and down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
70 Timberwolves, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And on now is the punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And this one is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Play action, May. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
To throw, it's May.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards.
Here's May.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
13 yards on
That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
From the gun, it's May.
And a quick throw here that's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Here's 1st and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
They set up the screen for Henderson.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Throwing here is May.
Touchdown! Trevion Henderson. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
They'll take over. 1st down and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
60 Bearcats, 60 Dragon 60.
Looking to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Here's 1st and 10. To the air, May.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw.
May looking to run.
No, like He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
They'll come up now on second down. Going quickly here to Thomas.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Brian Thomas.
A 16-yard touchdown. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
Little salt, little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
At their own 22-yard line.
On the ready.
This is 1st and 10.
19. 7 Pirates. 19 Lions.
That's caught by Pitts.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
79 Broncos.
It's a gain of
60
8.
Maverick.
Brings up
60
second
Maverick.
and
19
2.
type.
At the 30-yard
They'll
line.
look to throw.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
Huge first down, gotta hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
7.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
There's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray, right before that snap, pointed to his number on my play sheet. Got to see him a little bit as a ball hawk and a return man that time, didn't we? That's just the type of play they expect from him, and he delivers in a big way. Nice call, Bruce.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
7. Let's go now.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Here's 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll drop to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
19. Ready.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Throw caught by Achane.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And that is no good. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one, but that is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Shedding through the defense. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. It's complete. They will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point.
Our home team, 42.
Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in